Hello BookTube, Sarah here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming to you. Hello BookTube, Sarah here, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with a Friday Reads. Happy Friday, everybody. Here's a little secret. I am actually filming this on Thursday night. I've got some things going on, and I'll talk about that towards the end of the video when I discuss what I'm doing over the weekend. But the other thing I wanted to do before I jumped too much into this video was I wanted to say thank you to everybody for your feedback on the use of my new camera. I am super happy with it. When I was going back and editing those videos that I shot last week, my March TBR and my BookTube tag, the tag that I just did, I was super duper happy with the quality, and I love that, you know, especially using the tablet, you guys can see a lot better what I'm actually reading. But I wanted to apologize because I noticed when I was filming my March TBR that when I was holding up certain book covers, that it totally changed the color, the white balance or something, and I ended up looking orange, and it really made everything go dark. So I do apologize for that. I know my mistake. I forgot to turn the what do you call it? I'm sorry. The screen thing, like it's right here in front of me, silly girl. The brightness on my screen down. So sorry about that. So I have now corrected that for future, so I know that when I'm shooting a video to turn the brightness down so we don't have that happen again. So the color stays the same and it doesn't look too wonky. So let's jump into my Friday Reads. So as promised in my last video, I am going to be talking about the tea that I am drinking, and this is my awesome David's Tea mug. All my mugs, pretty much, are from David's Tea or Starbucks. I have one from Dunkin' Donuts that I love. They're all kind of funky and fun. I don't like little tea cups. They're really pretty. They're really cute. I have a couple of them in my cupboard because I used to work for a company that manufactured china pieces like dishes and porcelain figurines. If you've ever heard of Royal Doulton, I worked for them in their customer service for about 5 years. So I've got a rather large collection of that. That's not something I tend to use every day. But anyway, this is my awesome sauce David's Tea mug that I just love. They are on sale, I think, currently on the David's Tea website, and I might go and pick up a couple of them because they are so awesome. But the tea I'm drinking, as I take a sip and leave lipstick on the rim, is a seasonal tea, unfortunately. Sorry, guys. Unfortunately, a lot of the teas I might talk about might end up being seasonal because I have a thing with stuff that's limited edition or seasonal. I just love it. But this one is called Candy Cane Crush. There is the container. And I'm actually a little disappointed because I didn't find out about this tea until like right before Christmas. I hadn't, you know, with Christmas shopping and stuff, we didn't have a lot of extra money, so I wasn't buying a lot of tea. And besides, I have a cupboard full of it. I really don't need any more. But I didn't find out about this until a couple weeks before Christmas, and then I went and bought this. And I kind of now wish I'd picked up 2 or 3 of these because this is so good. So, what's in it, you might be asking? White chocolate drops, snowflake sprinkles, and crushed candy canes, and it's a black tea. And FYI, I drink all of my tea black. I don't put any sugar or any milk or any cream or anything in it. I'm a little weird that way, I guess. I know some people like to doctor their tea, and that's absolutely fine. You can buy, I think it's called agave at David's, which is like a natural sweetener that you can use if you like your tea a little bit sweeter. The teas I buy are the ones that I like drinking black because to me it's just really, really nice flavored water, and I do drink a lot of it during the day, and it really helps me get my water count in. I don't know if that's, you know, supposed to be, but it's flavored water as far as I'm concerned. So yes, Candy Cane Crush next year, next Christmas, or this Christmas coming at David's. Check it out if you want to. So yummy. And you guys are probably going to see like this tea again in like, you know, a few weeks. I might mention, oh, I'm drinking this one again. I do have a lot of tea, but I tend to run through, I have a lot of the same. Like at Christmas this year, after the holidays, when they had their sale on with all the Christmas stuff, this was sold out or else I would have gotten a lot of it. I got a lot of my Santa's Secret and Snow Day, which are my other 2 absolute favorites, and I'll talk about those ones next time, or in the next few weeks, I'm sure. So, enough about tea and randomness. What am I reading this weekend? I just finished a book this afternoon, so my first book for March. So I am just starting. I'm literally 3 or 4% into, and that is The Witch's Daughter by Paula Braxton. It's actually the second book in a series, but I'm pretty sure they can be read as standalone. This is it's labeled as a contemporary, like a romance, not a contemporary romance, but a romance and like a paranormal. So the main character, she's a witch and she's been alive for 300 years, and a man pretty much made her immortal, and the story goes from there. I don't know too much about it. Like I said, I'm literally 2 or 3% into it. I've been reading it for about 10 minutes. So, but the cover of this novel is just stunning. I don't know what it is. I want those shoes. I'm picturing, I can in my mind picture the rest of the person in that dress with like a witch's hat as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a stunning cover. It sticks in your mind. And I wanted to read this book for a really long time. When I first saw it, I think in the bookstore, something like well before book 2. This came out in 2009 or 2010, I think. So it's been out for quite a while. And I remember seeing it in the bookstore, and I think I actually bought a copy. And then I think I got rid of it because I never ended up reading it. And then I bought another copy at the used bookstore, and then ended up getting rid of that before I read it. So now I have it on ebook. The question came up for the Triple RC Challenge, and this is for a holiday, like to read a book that has a holiday in it. And I was super stoked because when I opened up the book and I was looking at the chapters, one of the chapters is Samhain, which I do study or am familiar very much with a lot of the pagan holidays, and Samhain is just another name for Halloween. So it does contain a holiday, and it actually contains several holidays of more pagan in nature. But I'm just super happy that a holiday does come into play in this book. And as part of it takes place during a holiday, so it totally counts now for that question, which I'm super excited about. So that's great. This is a 400-page book, I think, so I will get through it this weekend. But I don't foresee me starting anything else. If I do, it'll be later on Sunday afternoon, so I'm not going to worry too much about showing you guys the next book because I don't know what it is yet. I wait until I'm almost done, and then I go ahead and pick, random pick my next book from my TBR list to read. I am participating as well in the March Mystery Madness. Is it a read-along challenge? There's a Goodreads group. I will post a link in the down bar below to the Goodreads group. It is hosted by Elizabeth at Lizzie Faye Loves Books. Troy, is that it? And one other person, and oh my gosh, forgive me, I'm so sorry. I have to flip over to the other screen here. I've actually got the group up in front of me right now on Goodreads. And the other person is, bear with, let me see here. Is it DJ? Or, no, excuse me, I can't read. It's Di. And she also has a YouTube channel. And, oh, she lists knitting as one of her hobbies. I like her even more already. I have now subscribed to her channel since joining the challenge. But she hasn't had a new video yet, so I haven't gotten to that yet. But anyway, so the way this works is I think there's like 8 different categories for this challenge. And you need to pick a mystery book to read with each category. But you can double up. So if a book that you're going to read fits 2 categories, you can absolutely double up. So I actually went ahead and used the TBR that I had already picked for March and tried to slot some of those books in. And lo and behold, I covered 6 of the 8 categories. There are 2 that I don't have yet, but I'll talk about that in just a second. So let me show you guys and talk to you about which books I picked for which categories. So let me see here. Okay, the first one. So these categories are not in order as to what Elizabeth talked about in her video, because it was her video that I watched, her TBR video. I'll actually link her TBR video, or not her TBR video, but her video announcing the read-along in the down bar below as well. So you can definitely check that out. Now, 2 of the categories were, one was to read a classic mystery, so something that is more than 50 years old. And another one of the categories was read a mystery story that features a teen or kid detective. So I picked book number 2 in the Nancy Drew series, The Hidden Staircase. This was published in 1930, so it absolutely counts for the classic mystery. And this also, of course, is a teen detective, so totally fits those 2 categories. I love killing 2 birds with one. Not really, but you guys know what I mean. Getting 2 birds with 1 stone and being able to join in this really fun challenge. They did this last year, and I'm assuming it's going to be a yearly thing. So I know now I've got to try and remember, maybe I'll put it in my calendar, that next year when I'm doing my March TBR to try and pick mostly mystery books, also to go with the Triple RC challenge, but wouldn't that be like a challenge and a half? To pick books that fit with the Triple RC challenge, but also will fit with this challenge. That'd be a lot of fun. So yes, so that is my classic mystery and teen or kid detective. The next one is another one from my TBR from March, and that is Fatal Affair by Marie Force. This counts for first in a series because it is book number 1 in the Fatal series, and it is also a new to me author. I have never read Marie Force before, so that's another one that I'm fitting 2 categories for 1 book. Next up, sorry, I just want to make sure that you guys can actually see these covers. I've got to flip back and forth. I do apologize. I should have written this down on a piece of paper. The next one, of course, is my Heather Graham, and this one fits in the Unspoken. This fits in for paranormal. Of course, I mean, it features ghosts and stuff like that, so absolutely perfect. And I saw that somebody else, is it Sina? Sina, are you watching this, dear? I know Sina from my knitting podcast, so hello. I saw that she's going to be reading, is it Deadly Night that you're reading for the paranormal? Excellent pick, I might add. So yes, so this is my pick for paranormal. I think that's all I picked it for. Let me just double check. Yes, it is. And then last but not least on this list, I have a cozy mystery. One of the other challenges is the cozy mystery. And the one I'm reading for that just happens to be the fact that I got a cozy mystery picked for March, and that is Strawberry Shortcake Murder by Joanna Fluke. Really, really excited about reading this one too. Sorry, I gotta flip back to make sure I'm not blinding you guys. Nope. Oh, good, you can even see it. I should just trust my instincts that you guys can see this. So yes, so that's for the cozy mystery. Now, so that's 6 of the challenges completed out of 8. The other 2 that I don't have books for, one of them is to read a true crime or a thriller novel. Now, I'm not a fan of thrillers, but I would absolutely read a true crime novel. The other one is to read a diverse mystery. And what Elizabeth talked about in her video was that somebody who was of a different persuasion as you, perhaps, not persuasion, that's a bad word, different ethnicity as you, or a book that's actually set in a different continent than you live in. So, for example, I live in North America, I'm in Canada, so I would need to read a book set in the UK or Australia or Africa. So I think that would actually be a lot of fun. So I'm putting a challenge out to you guys because I'm sure I could go on Goodreads and try and find something, but if you guys are familiar or know of any true crime books, because again, I'm not a fan of thrillers, any true crime books that take place outside of North America, please post in the comments below and let me know. Because I think I'm going to have enough time to be able to finish, to add another book to my TBR for March. So if somebody wants to give me the name or a couple different names and I can go through and see what looks good to me, I definitely want to try and get those last 2 categories fit in for this challenge. Now, the last challenge, I guess number 9, if you want to call it that, is to read 8 mystery books in the month. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be able to, unless I can suddenly finish everything that I'm reading and read like 4 more Nancy Drew books. You know, I wonder if I could pick up the little like Nancy Drew Clue books. They're the ones that are aimed for like 6-year-olds. I wonder if my niece has any. Borrow a few of those from her and read them. No, but seriously, that is, okay, I just hit the mouse. Sorry, I want to make sure it didn't stop it. So yeah, so that is March Mystery Madness. For knitting this weekend, I plan on knitting on my sweater. I'm not going to bother showing it to you guys because it's exactly the same as it was last week. And then that just gets us to randomness of what I'm doing this weekend. So as I said, tomorrow I'm going to be busy. I actually have a 3-day weekend. I booked Friday off. I originally had a doctor's appointment downtown, but they called me during the week and said that they had double booked and that they couldn't take me. And at first I was a little annoyed, and then I'm like, wait, I've got like a free day now. So I plan on like really just relaxing around the house, reading, getting some knitting done, watching a ton of BookTube because I've got so much to catch up on. I do have an appointment first thing in the morning to take my car in to get an oil change done and all that fun stuff. And then I have to go get my registration sticker. We have to renew them every year on our birthday. So my birthday's on Sunday, so I'm kind of really close to the wire. But I just have to go and pick that up at the Ministry of Transportation, the MTO, Ministry of Transportation Ontario. That's the like short form. It's like the DMV in the States. So I got to go do that. But then after that, I really have a free weekend. So that's very exciting. We don't have anything planned. It's just going to be a really relaxing weekend, which will be great. Now, I did kind of allude to some good news last weekend. That I said I had some news, family news that I wanted to share, but I had to make sure that other family members had heard about it first. Like I said, I don't think any of my family actually watches these videos. I know my aunt and them watch my knitting podcast, but I don't think they watch this. But anyway, so some of this news I already knew, but I still wasn't going to say anything. Found out about 2 months ago, no, a month ago, that my sister-in-law's pregnant. My niece is going to have a sibling, which is very exciting. Now, my niece just turned 7 on Monday, so there's going to be quite an age gap between the two kids, but that's absolutely okay. But we found out last week, it was actually last Thursday night, so like the night before I filmed last week's Friday Reads, that we found out that she's having a boy. So that is super, super duper exciting. I know I tend to talk too fast. I apologize. Anyway, guys, I really hope you have a fabulous, I've tried to say fantastic and fabulous together, a fantabulous weekend, and I hope you get a lot of reading done and you get to spend a lot of time with family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.